is the loudest silence in the world, and the RFL season begins now. LCK Terrier gets a good start, but just look at the slipstream. Lord James is going to try and rush him down towards turn 1. Look at Vapid. Look at Verklempt. These guys are pushing so hard towards the first corner. They're 3 wide. Vapid trying to go for P2, but Lord James is going to hold it. Terrier, surprisingly, has held the lead. Incredible stuff. Let's see what turn 4 and 5 have for us. SFR Fins, he's dropped down the field. He's going to try and get Verklempt back into turn 6 and 7. He has done that, and he is back up into P4, but he now has to overtake Vapid, James and Terrier if he wants to reach the front of the field. Let's see what run he can get down towards turn 1. And if he can make the move for the leader, if he's going to just tuck in behind and see what he could do. Vapid could under pressure from SFR Fins. It's just going to be a complete slipstream fest down towards turn 1. Tom Goria looking to make a move for P5. But will Terrier keep the lead in turn 1? Yes, he will. Fins is going to overtake Vapid into turn 1. But look at Tom making a very late braking maneuver. And he's just about going to squeeze ahead, is he? Or is Verklempt's going to get the exit he wants? DRS enabled this lap. It will be at the end of sector 2 that gets enabled. Through the final turn goes Lord James. Can he make the move? Angelo and Vibs are having a battle for P8. Let's see if Angelo's got ahead. Yes, he has. But Lord James going to cruise into the lead, and this is where the tactics start to begin with the slipstream. And are these guys going to help each other pull away, or are they going to hold each other up? You have to note that each car, Angelo's had something happen. He has lost 2 places down towards turn number 1. Whether he's just had a terrible exit out of the final turn, or if he's just not had enough straight line speed in that car. Lord Rikaz has had an incident. He's spun around. He's lost his front wing. So as the first stoppage to this race, it's a VSC that has been deployed. But we get back to green flag conditions. So we can see the biggest movers there. Not much of a difference as LTK Terrier has made the move for the lead. That was an opportunistic move. Angelo losing another position through the S's. Has something happened to Angelo, or is he just slow? That's the question I'm asking, because he's on the medium tires, so he should have the advantage over these guys. Down towards turn 1, as I said, the position changes are going to be so frequent. You can see Terrier's got his Christmas light on. He's letting Lord James by into turn 1. He's going to tuck in right behind him, and let's see what happens here. SFR Fins 2 seconds back, but once he catches up to these guys, which I imagine he will, it'll be an entirely different race. Look at this, side by side through turn 2 and now 3, and that is Gazlesgo up a position. Fibs, actually, I've noticed there, he's lost a bit of his front wing. Has that happened right as we've went live? The gap between XRT inside and Gazlesgo is now 6.3 seconds, which is just crazy. After only a few laps, those guys have been trying to kill each other, it feels like. There goes Terrier back into the lead, and Fins actually hasn't made any ground. So what is he doing that they're not? Angelo getting past Vibs, Jamie trying to get past Gazlesgo, and he has done so successfully, and he'll have the DRS down to turn 4. What's Gazlesgo going to do? He's not going to try and burn the battery to keep position. He's going to hold it and stay behind the Red Bull. Will Vapid actually attempt to move here? So Fins having his Christmas light on kind of indicates to Vapid, please overtake me, and Vapid has done exactly that. More time losses from 2, so this is an absolute dream start for Terrier and for Lord James. because the other two aren't making any ground. Tom Gorian 2 seconds behind in this group. XRT inside, trying it on the outside. Inside going outside. That's commentary line of the weekend, that. Finns is ahead of Vapid Coot now. I believe he made that overtake on that main straight. Angelo's got ahead of Kozlezko now, but it's 8.5 seconds now to XRT inside. So this is just a battle for P8, which at this early stage of the race is quite incredible. For Klimt overtaking the Mercedes driver into turn 1. But Tom, I don't think he's too keen to give this one up. We'll see though how he gets on. It's a crazy, crazy race this so far because there's so many surprises. LTK Terrier's now out of DRS range. He's not going to be able to open up that rear wing. And that's going to open up SFR Finns and Vapid Coot to catch them and to maybe get involved in this lead pack. There goes Vapid Coot into P3 as they enter turn 1. XRT inside, becoming the next driver to overtake Tom Gorian. Tom, all the way down now to P7. We were expecting him to be so much further forward, but as this race is evolving, we're down to just these mini packs of drivers that are having their own battles, and it's spreading the field out more and more. DT has spun. I don't believe he has damage. I haven't seen the other side. No, he's definitely got damage. That's his front wing gone. I said incidents weren't looking likely, and I've had to eat my own words just a couple of seconds later. Finns has caught up to LTK Terrier. LTK Terrier, his Christmas light is on. Is he relinquishing his P2 voluntarily to Finns? Is this going to be the case? Down towards turn 1. Finns takes P2. And Vapid Coot 74 right in the back off LTK Terrier. He's looking to maybe gain a place himself. Let's see what happens here to turn 1. Terrier's Christmas lights on. He's not keen on trying to make a move on Finns, but he's going to have to. And look at Vapid Coot trying to make it almost 3 wide into turn 1. He's not going to be able to make a position here through the first chicane. XRT inside has gone round the outside, and now the inside off for Klimt. He's up into P5, but it's 5.8 seconds to the guys ahead. There's no way Lord James can hold that gap when these guys are having the advantage off the slipstream, especially if Vapid Coot in the next few laps comes into his own and manages to get a bit of extra pace on those hard tyres and can start to lap faster than everyone on the track, because Vapid Coot 74, Season 8 champion, he is a very quick driver and he's always been in and around. He finished P2 last season. Oh, contact! He spun right, LTK Terrier. That is such a shame. Terrier is down to P4 and he is 5.5 seconds now off of Vapid Coot. And Tom Gorian is up into P5, so he's made a little bit of progress in this pack. Now his main focus is switching to catching LTK Terrier. SFR Finns has entered the pit lane, and he is the first driver of the main pack to enter the pits. Vibs has got a 3-second penalty for track limits, so Terrier makes a sensible decision. He's going to switch to the hard tires and just go from here. Lord James, race leader, enters the pits. Vapid Coot now, off a strategy, is going to lead this Grand Prix. Verklempt has a 9/10 of a second advantage. XRT inside does get that rear wing open. That is crucial because of what happened through the turn 4 and 5 chicane. Tom Gorian going down the inside. He's going to get well ahead before they even reach the braking zone. So that's a crucial move there for Tom, no doubt. Look at this. SFR Finns currently catching up, and that's the safety car. The safety car has been deployed, ladies and gentlemen. And DT becomes the first driver to retire from a race this season. This has blown this race wide open. Unbelievable. Vapid Coot is going to get the pit stop he needs. He's going to get onto the medium compound tyres, but is it a bit early for them? Angelo's went 15 laps on those tyres. Soft tyres. That's an interesting call for Vapid, whether he's made a mistake on that or if he plans on entering the pits right away. But I am worried if that has been a mistake made by the Mercedes driver. LTK Terrier's going to get back in this race now. Vapid Coot enters the pits for a new set of tyres. He's going to drop all the way down. He wants to go in the hard tyres. He doesn't trust. That's what I thought perhaps was going to happen. That he wanted to get fresh hards and lose all the track positions as opposed to having to have those mediums. Which in hindsight seems like a good idea. But when you're P12 and second from last, it does make you wonder why you've done that. What sort of battles will we get under our belt for remaining in this race? And we'll see here when Lord James decides to pull the pin and send all 12 of the cars behind him along with him. As he enters the final corner, safety car restarts at Mexico City are absolute carnage, and we're going to get one right now. Look at how close the field is already. The slipstream. Look at this for Klep. There's contact on the straight down towards turn number 1. Look at LTK Terrier on the inside. He's going to get past Fizz, but they're banging wheels into turn 1. Look at for Klep all the way around the outside. He's going to get to P2. Fantastic from him. But he does have that 3-second penalty. Lord James is going to look at this, and the first thing he's going to try and do is just keep himself ahead. Look at LTK Terrier nearly spinning out because of SFR Fins making the moves. Look at his Let's Go. He's trying to make an overtake on Angelo here in through turn 6 and 7. Look at Vibs overtaking Cal. Everything that could possibly be happening right now is happening. And let the battles commence, the important battles here in these last 15-16 laps of this RFL season opener here in Mexico City on the F1 game, obviously under international panic. Oh, look at that! LTK Terrier nearly spinning the car around. Unbelievable how he's managed to hold that and still stay so close to Verklempt. Verklempt is gonna try and close in on Lord James, who's just set the fastest lap in the race on those hard tires. DRS enabled now. He's going to open up the rear wing heading towards turn number 1. And what's he going to do with this? I don't think he's going to go for the move into turn 1. Verklempt is now closing in on Lord James, because Let's Go has made the overtake on Jamie. Jamie, actually, I think the reason why he's so slow is possibly because he has damage. Is that front wing okay? It looks fine, so I don't know why he's losing so much time every single lap now. That's a bit wide from Terrier through the chicane. Tom Gorian actually has just made a move on Fins. I'm sorry, we missed that. But oh dear, is he going to stay within DRS range? That's the question. No! Verklempt has lost DRS to Lord James. Incredible. So this is going to open him up to LTK Terrier, to Tom Gorian, to SFR Fins. Look at that, they're swallowing him up into turn 1, and Verklempt has dropped all the way down to P4. Such a shame for him, but he's lost the places because he wasn't fast enough, and now Fins is going to possibly overtake him. Fins is going to tuck him behind. Not close enough at this point in time, but the drivers don't have their ERS in use, and Verklempt ran very wide at the exit of 7, and now XRT inside has overtaken him. Terrier is going to overtake Tom through the far stall. Does he know he's going to fake him? He's going to go for the faux move. That's it's an interesting thing to do at this point, you know, when your best interests aren't to battle with each other, but instead just to catch the Ferrari ahead, who is leading the race by 1.7 seconds. He has played this restart magnificently. He's not lost a position down to turn 1, simply because no one else was worrying about trying to pass him. They were all focused on battling with each other instead. SFR Fins is going to pass Tom Gorian into turn 1. That's an easy move. He's going to move himself up into the podium positions. All the hard work can be undone at a moment's notice. A bit of contact, a broken wing, someone crashing out of the race. We've seen that once today already. It can so easily happen again, especially in those fights that are so close. The driver spinning rounds or something happening. So James just needs to take this time that he has now, that 2.8 second lead. Oh, I've cursed it again. Safety cars came out. For Clem in the pits, inside the pits, Angelo, Cal. No, Cal's not pitted. Cal's stayed out. Could that be a strategy for Cal 17 F1? Is he going to get a great result here by staying out? I tell you what though, he is going to get absolutely swallowed up on this exit, but Cal's a strong, experienced driver. He might not be the fastest, but he can certainly hold his own against some of these guys. There could not have been a worse time for the safety car to be deployed for Lord James. And I was saying, Lord James, anything can happen at any point, and it has. It's what Murray Walker said. Anything can happen in Grand Prix racing, and usually it does. And it has. And LTK Terrier has stayed out. He's P1 on 14 lap old hards. Cal is second on track on the old hard tire, on the old medium tires. He doesn't have to pit again. That is a on track position. He's got no penalties to worry about. This race is going to be absolutely brilliant to the end here, and it's all because of such a bizarrely timed safety car. LTK Terrier, when's he gonna go? Look at the big gap left by XRT inside. That might be a mistake. Cal 17 F1. Look at this. He's gonna have the overtake on the car. And is Cal gonna make a move for the lead of the Grand Prix? No! You can't do it into turn 1. He's gonna run wide. He's gonna miss the apex. This is gonna help LTK Terrier. And it's a brilliant move from Verklempt. But Cal might get him on the exit inside. Is he going to go inside or outside? We don't know. And they're going to go side by side into the chicane. Cal holding his own with 7 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. But he's going to lose out to both Verklempt and inside. And by the looks of it, he's going to be passed by Angelo as well. DRS enabled. LTK Terriers not looking too good at the moment. He's already drained his entire battery on that restart. Verklempt has about a third of his left. XRT Inside's not looking like he has a lot. Angelo's got half. Angelo is in a very, very good position. Cal is staying in P5 at the moment. Vapid and Kozlezko side by side. And SFR Fades is going to want a piece of the cake as well. He's going to tuck in with these guys. He's going to try and find a gap to try and overtake Vap and Coot 74 because Kozlezko has held his own. Look at how close the pack is getting. Cal on those Warline mediums is holding everyone up. 2.6 seconds to Angelo now at this current time. Angelo has a penalty, so he needs Cal to do everything in his power to keep these guys behind. 5 laps to go in what has been an absolutely thrilling opening round of the RFL season here in Mexico City live on International Paddock for all of you to witness in all of its glory. Let's see what Angelo can do down to turn 1. Let's see, he's going to go to the outside of inside, and he's not going to get enough alongside him to make the overtake. He's going to tuck in behind, go for DRS, but Tarrier, you can see now, he's starting to struggle with pace. He is losing ground, and he is going to be passed, no doubt, before the end of this Grand Prix. But all he needs to do is stay ahead of XRT inside. Fins has overtaken, and Vapid and James and Tom, and there's a bit of front wing. Whose front wing is that? Someone has lost their front wing. Tom off the circuit, trying to keep the place ahead of Lord James, and that's a penalty for Tom. Fins has just set the fastest lap in the race, but look at LTK Tarrier. He is doing his absolute best to hold these guys behind into turn 1. Verklempt takes the lead on track. Angelo trying to overtake XRT inside. He's trying to take 3rd position on track. We never know with time penalties if they can get removed or not. If a driver's been forced off the track in the battle. We didn't see any of Angelo's warnings. I certainly didn't spot any of them, so you never know. Same with Verklempt. We don't know if all of his warnings have just been simply just a lack of concentration, a mistake, or if he's been forced off the track by another driver. Tarrier's got a penalty for too many warnings. That is going to ruin his race, and now XRT inside is leading the Grand Prix with the penalties taken into account, obviously. But can he do it on track as well? Looking for Clems. He's going to try and keep this position for Tarrier. And look at what Tarrier's doing. 3 wide into turn 1. And now it's 3 wide with a different car. And Angelo's made 4 places in 1 corner. Fins off the circuit. Tarrier spinning out almost, I think that was. It is so close here. It's anyone's game into the last 3 laps of this Grand Prix. And Angelo is leading. We are witnessing something amazing, and Tarrier spun! He spun where he nearly spun about halfway through the race, and now he has got a 10-second pace. This race is done. He's done. He's out. That's him finished. Is he going to pull in and retire from the race altogether? That's the question, but down towards turn 1, SFR Fins is going to take the lead off of Angelo, but Angelo's going to fight it with everything he's got. Can Fins stay ahead? Can he keep the position? But look at XRT inside. He wants this more than anyone. It's his first race in the league, and he wants to overtake SFR Fins on this last lap. Right now he's on to beat his teammate, and that would be just fantastic for the Italian, who has been part of this league for so long. And I think it's a done contest. It's a done contest. As I said, Fins hasn't made anything easy for himself today. And he's been in that lead pack, and he's taken the lead, and he has ran away with it on this final lap. It took him so long to get there, and the safety car came out, and all the chaos then began. What a race we've seen today. Vapid Coot 74 needs to stay within 3 seconds of Angelo if he wants to take a podium here. Fins has won this race. That is not a question. He is going to pull off this victory. And Angelo is battling with XRT inside. He's going to hold position over the Aston Martin driver. But that battle's going to hurt him. And he might even get beaten by his teammate. Fins wins the first round of the season. Angelo is going to finish all the way down in P4. So he's dropped 2 places from that penalty. He's lost out in the podium. He's beaten his teammate. And Verklempt, who genuinely at one stage was leading the race in the last few laps, he is going to finish all the way down in P9.